Hi, so I'm going to be your counselor. For this video, though, the only people who are going to be viewing it will be myself, three of my classmates, and my instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's going to be on YouTube, but once they view that, I'll put it onto private.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you understand that, just to know that privacy reasons. The camera won't be pointed at you, but they will be able to hear you.
Mm-hmm.
And the camera's only going to be pointed at me throughout this whole thing.
Okay.
Right, and I won't give out your name or any personal information.
Okay.
Right. Then hi, my name's Alicia. I'll be your counselor for today. How can I help you?
So recently I've been just struggling with some interpersonal relationships, especially with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't really know what she wants from me.
Okay.
And my sister, she's been having like she's been kind of depressed lately, and so she's been a little bit needy, and she like needs attention. Like this past Saturday, I was supposed to hang out with my friends, and she had called me early in the morning and said, "Oh, you should hang out with me instead." And I said, "Well, I have plans today," but she was like, "Are you gonna put your friends before me? Like, who's gonna cry for you when you die?" And I was like, "Well, when I die, I don't care anymore." But she wasn't happy with my answer. And so I ended up rescheduling with my friends and, canceling this hangout because she said she wanted to hang out, and also because she's really depressed lately. So she came and she was bugging me, and like I left and we were hanging out, and on the way back, because she lives in Appleton, she like she was taking me home, but then when she was taking me home, she's like, "It was a mistake to bring you. Like, I didn't want to hang out with you.
Okay.
Like, you should have never came, and I don't want to send you home." So she ended up calling my brother to come pick me up at the gas station that we were at. And I was like upset because like, first of all, she had made me cancel plans with my friends, and then she said these really harsh words to me, and I was upset because, first of all, she shouldn't have said those words to me. She said like she didn't even want me to come, but I just tagged along, which wasn't true because she was bothering me the whole morning to go hang out with her. And then she called my brother to come pick me up, and I got angry about that too because that shouldn't have been my brother's issue because she was the one who wanted me to hang out with her. She's the one who picked me up, so I just feel that it's right that she would be the one who dropped me off at home too. So I left with my brother, and then a couple hours later she calls me and she's crying, and she's like, saying like very bad thoughts, like, like I don't want to like, you know, live anymore and stuff like that. But it's like, I felt bad, of course, because she's my sister, but because of what the previous events that happened earlier that day, I didn't know how to feel. Like, because I was still angry with her. But then now she comes to me and she's sad, and it's just like, I don't know how to feel because, like, I think it was bad of me, but at that moment I didn't really care because of how she made me feel earlier that day. And my brother was telling me to get over it because she's her sister, but like, this is just something that happens once or twice. This has happened a couple times where she disregards my feelings. Yeah, and like yesterday she had called me and I was playing, a game with my friend, and she was like, "Oh, like, I want to talk to you." And I said, "Oh," she was like, "Why didn't you guys invite me to play?" And I was like, "Well, you can come play. We still have room for more players." And she called me, but I was playing friends with them. So I hung up, like, I had talked to her, and then I hung up with her, and then she called me again, and I didn't pick up because I was still playing game. And then she called me again, so I finally picked up, and she was yelling at me, like, swearing at me, and being like, "Why didn't you pick up, you dumb. Oh, and I got angry, so I swore back at her because she didn't want to talk to me. She wanted to talk to my dad, but she had to call me to get to my dad because my dad didn't have his phone on him. And so I was just like feeling frustrated. Like, I just don't know how to feel towards my sister these days. Like, hey, I love her, but because of the things she's doing, like, it makes me like feel like a resentment, and like I don't know how to feel because like I should still love her because she's my sister, but like lately the things just made me want to like not interact with her anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to go back just to make sure I got everything. So you and your sister, has this just been lately this has been happening then?
No, she usually tries to like guilt trip me to hang out with her and stuff. Like I would say like, oh, like even in the past, I would be like, I wanna, go see my friends, and she'd be like, well, am I more important than your friends? Like they're only your friends, I'm your family and stuff. But like when she said that, I had already been hanging out with her for like a week, 3 weeks already, and I haven't seen my friends, since summer vacation because of school. And just the things that she says, like it makes me feel like, well, yeah, she's my family, but like I want to distribute my time with other people that I care about, and I feel like she's being selfish, and but I don't want her to be hurt because she is my family member.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of frustrating and time consuming when your sister keeps on demanding this
Yeah.
type of relationship with you.
Mm-hmm. And she never apologizes if she like has all these bad attitudes like towards me. Like I think just once an apology would be great, but she's never apologized for doing these shady things. Like, saying that to me, like, be like, oh, I didn't want you to bring you here. Why did I bring you here? It was a mistake. I didn't want you to come. Why did you come with me and stuff? When she clearly wanted me to come. And, like, sometimes I just really want to punch her in the face. Yeah.
So it's just been very frustrating on you because she keeps on being so demanding, but then kind of lashes back at you.
Yeah.
When you don't quite understand why.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's been always like this throughout your whole life then?
Yeah. It was worse when I was younger, because when I was younger I was a bit more timid, but now that I'm older, like, I try not to take any more of her nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this like this with your other family members too, or is it just with your one sister?
It's just with her. I feel like sometimes she's too selfish. Yeah.
Okay.
And she likes to some of the things she does is like guilt tripping is like kind of manipulative. Well, I don't know what other word to use to describe it, but like she'll like say one thing to like make me feel bad, and then like I feel like if I don't spend time with her, then I'm the one in the wrong. But then like when we spend time together, it's not like I'm having a pleasant time because of how she's acting either. I just don't know how to feel.
Okay. So whenever you're trying to do stuff with other people, like your friends or even with other family members, does she just, does it seem like she wants to be included, or does she just want your attention in general?
I don't know what she wants.
Okay.
Yeah, like for example, this was a couple years ago, but her and my brother, they their birthdays are in the same week, just a year apart, but like one day from each other, and so I had asked my brother what he wanted, and I couldn't afford a lot. So I was like, well, I'll bake you a cake or buy you a cake. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. So I made him a cake. I had asked her, like, do you want a cake? And she had told me no. But then later that night, when she came back, she was like, how could you not give me a cake? Just because I say I don't want a cake doesn't mean I don't want a cake. So I eventually went to the store to buy her a cake, and it was like at the end of the party already. And I was just upset because I was like, well, I don't know what she wants. And then, like, this past year, I brought that up to her. Well, just this year, I brought that back up to her. And she was like, well, you can't just get one cake from someone and not get a cake from the other person. But I was like, well, you said you didn't want a cake in the first place. That's why I didn't get you a cake. And she's like, well, I wanted you to go inside my head, and read my mind. And even though I said that, it doesn't mean I really mean that. So, like, I don't really know what she wants.
Okay.
And she's been saying, like, she's, like, sad and depressed, and I keep telling her, like, you can tell me, but she's like, well, I don't want to tell you. And so I was like, well, you can get professional help because there's people out there who can help you. And she's like, no, I have trust issues. And so, like, it's just hard for me. Like, I don't know how to help her. And then, like, because the way she's treating me, it's like it's like hard to make me recently feel like I care for her. Like, at one point I just wanted her to, like, go away, stop calling me. I'm, like, done dealing with you. But I know, like, I feel bad feeling that way too because she is my sister.
Yeah. So while again you do feel frustrated, but you're also very concerned over your sister because she has voiced that she has these problems,
Yes.
but it seems like she hasn't really
And
herself.
she's not taking steps to help herself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is anything with your family, like, does your family also act like this at all, or does she only act like this to you, or is it also towards her siblings or her parents?
I feel like she only acts like this to me. Yeah, I don't know. I've been very frustrated. Like, I was very angry when she did that this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, I had to cancel hanging out with my friends, and, like, I was upset because I could have been having fun with my friends instead of being upset because she did it to me. Yeah.
Okay. Is this
And, like,
affecting your friendships as well at all?
I don't think so, but I feel bad that I couldn't hang out with my friends
Mm-hmm.
when I could have hung out with them and have a better time than I did. Like, I feel like I didn't have to go through that experience. Like, since that was the outcome, I didn't have to face the outcome. Yeah. And, she likes to, like, hold things over me sometimes. And, like, it just makes me frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and, like, she'll be like, oh, if you ever need help, just come to me. But then when I go to her for help, she'll be like, why? My gosh, like, you're so stupid. Like, you don't even know how to do this. Or, like, oh, why are you gonna, like, go ask someone else? And it's just like, well, like, do you wanna, like, you said that it's okay to come to you, but then you didn't go back and say this. I don't know how to feel.
Mm-hmm. So there's kind of a bit of a rough relationship between siblings when it comes to trust or being there for her or for you,
Mm-hmm.
because how she kind of retaliates against it whenever
Yeah.
you try to.
I mean, she's the one who's, like, come to me and need help, and then I go to her for help, and then she acts like that, so I don't know what she wants.
Okay. Can you give me like an example of when she's kind of pushed you away when you needed her help?
Um, there's, like, a lot of things. Like, one time, oh, like, um, she was in the bathroom and she needed me to get her toilet paper. So, and the toilet paper is in another room. So I had
Mm-hmm.
gone and given her toilet paper. And then when I was in the bathroom one time, I needed toilet paper and I asked her for help and she didn't even do it. Like, she didn't even care to come help me.
Okay.
Even though I had to help her already. And it's just, like, the small stuff that builds up
Mm-hmm.
to the bigger things. Yeah.
Okay, so have you just been realizing this now, the relationship you kind of had with your sister then?
Well, I already knew that in the past, like, we had a big fight. I blocked and I ignored her for at least half a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she would, reach out or apologize. But she never apologized or anything. Yeah. And, like, it's like the more, like, we go on in life, the more I feel like I don't want to interact with her.
Okay.
Like, that sometimes she's not good for my mental health. Like, she makes me frustrated.
Yeah. Has that been a bit of a barrier with your other family members as well?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. My other family members are pretty good.
Okay. So you discussed this with them before?
Yeah, I have. And they're just like, well, that's just how she is. And, I try to tell her, like, I don't like it when you do this or that. But then, like, she'll be like, well, I don't like it when you do this or that either. And I was like, well, like she tries to turn it into, like, a, when I'm telling her about my struggle, she tries to turn it into her struggle. Like, I'd be like, oh, well, like, like, my dad didn't, like, come, doesn't come, even come visit me in college. And she'd be like, well, you're lucky because dad didn't even bring me to college or even, like, do this or that. And, like, she just compares it to her problems.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, sometimes it makes me angry because I'm like, well, why can't you just, like, empathize with me for once,
So she like makes your problems seem inferior to hers whenever you try to discuss them with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good phrase.
Yeah. So it's just always been rough just to try to empathize or just to talk to her.
Yeah, I feel like she always wants me to listen.
Mm.
Yeah.
So she prefers you to be the listener than for her to be within that role?
Yeah.
Okay. Are your other siblings better with that then?
Better with what?
Listening to your problems or talking to you then? Yeah.
I usually go to my friends too.
Mm-hmm. So do you Do you choose to like interact with her at times?
What do you mean?
Like engage or hang out with her?
I tried, but then like she'll be like, she wouldn't give a definite answer. Like yesterday, I asked if she was coming to Green Bay, and she didn't give me a definite answer.
Mm-hmm.
And like when she called me crying on Saturday, I tried calling her back, but she never answered. And it's like, well, if you don't give me any answer, I feel like I'm just like wasting my energy.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Yeah.
So just kind of recap a little bit what we went through. Um, it's just mainly you and your sister that are having these type of issues.
Yeah.
With both communication with her and trying not to.
I mean, I think on her part, she doesn't think it's an issue. Because, like, she's the one doing these things. Like, she's not the one getting hurt from it. Yeah.
Okay. Does she understand that there is this issue going on, though? Or that you believe it's an issue?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
It's, like, kind of hard for me to talk to her about it because she's too headstrong.
Okay. So have you tried, like, bringing it up and she just kind of turns a blind eye, it seems like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because, like, I'm bringing up things that she does that doesn't make me happy. And so she doesn't want to talk about it sometimes.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
So the issue with your relationship is hard to bring up because of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been kind of upsetting to you that you can't talk to her?
And, like, you know, sometimes she just wants to sweep things like, under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't want to. Yeah.
Okay. And then, so then with your friends and your family members, though, everything's like okay with the relationship between them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then it's been like this your whole childhood? Is she older than you then?
Yeah, she's older than me.
Okay.
So, like, there's, like, a hierarchical position going on. But, you know, we're both adults now.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't need her to, like, always act this way. Like, I feel like I'm always the one giving in, and she never gives in. And she's, like, she always wants me to cooperate, but then she doesn't want to cooperate. And, like, you know, sometimes I just feel like, well, since she doesn't want to help me, then I don't want to help her either. Okay. And sometimes she tells me her feelings, like, oh, I'm sad or I'm depressed. And sometimes I just feel like, well, I don't care. Like, you don't care about me. Why should I care about you? But then I feel bad thinking that way because she's my sister.
Mm-hmm. So kind of looking back a little bit on your older sister, so it seems like that there's a bit of an age difference, so that kind of makes her like more above you. It kind of sounds like you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like that within your family then, or is it just mainly just her?
Just mainly just her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you talked to her about that part?
I haven't talked to her because I feel like it's not like I feel like she's not even gonna listen. Like, I've tried talking to her about it before, but like she always wants to be in the right. Like, she wants to win against me.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I'm not trying to win over her. I'm just trying to make her understand why I'm frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So every single time you bring that up, she kind of takes it in a bad way then?
Yeah.
Instead of kind of like a way to help her?
Mm-hmm. And then she always be like, well, no one loves me except for my husband. And I'm like, well, that's not even true, because like, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't have picked up the phone when you called.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be listening to you right now. But she's like, you don't love me. And I'd be like, okay, well, you know, like when she says stuff like that, it's just like, well, then I don't want to love you. Like, I don't want to care anymore.
Okay, so it's rough on you mentally when she believes that you don't actually care for her or love her.
Yeah.
When in reality, you just want to help her.
Yeah, but like these days, like because of the way she's acting, I feel like it's making me not care anymore.
Okay. So just kind of recap what we went through, since we're coming towards the end of the session. You and your sister, throughout your entire relationship with her, has been a little bit rough, with her just pushing you away whenever you try to discuss the issues that you have. She seems like she needs a lot of attention from you and spend a lot of time with you. It seems like it's just been really rough and frustrating with you, both with your relationships with your friends and her, because it seems like trying to take time with them both has been rough.
Mm-hmm.
Has this been affecting like your daily life as well then?
Not with others. Just
Okay.
makes me like not want to interact with her.
Okay. Did I miss any other big points with that?
No, I think you summed it up really well.
Okay. Well, if you want to schedule another appointment, you can give us a call or head up to the front desk.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.